Hello Stampers, this is Kate with Kate's Creations, ready to share some more beautiful cards, or I guess it's just one card this time, with you using the papers, Wonderful World papers that are part of a package, a bundle, in the new Celebration catalog that is still active until the end of August. And with that, you get a stamp set and designer series papers for free with a $100 purchase of merchandise from any current active Stampin' Up! Catalog. So I am just totally in love with these papers. That's why I've got them laid out here for you so you can see just how beautiful they are. I'm excited to be using them and to share another card with you. Today's card was inspired by a card I saw by a gal named Rachel, and I'm not going to try to say her last name because I know I won't do it right, but it's Traudt, and her blog is naptimeisstamptime.blogspot.com/2022 /. So there you have it. Be sure and visit her site. You'll be able to see the card that inspired the one I am making. I did print it off. Let's see if I can find that. This is the one. Can you see that? This is the one that inspired today's card that I am making. So I cased it, copy and share everything. I cased it, but mine is unique to me, but inspired by this look. So here is the card that I made. I set the, get it up here where you can really see it. I set the punch outs in a square or straight up and down where she put hers at an angle. And I also used different paper, the same paper, but used it differently. So let me show you what I did. I took, as always, as most often I should say, a card base of basic white thick, and it's 8.5 by 11.5, and you're going to hear my printer in the background. I'm sorry, but it's been waiting for a long time to print. And so I'll just talk a little louder. So that's the base card, the 8.5 by 5.5, and scored at 4 1/4. This next layer is the new Orchid Oasis designer series, no, not designers, just regular cardstock, Orchid Oasis, one of the new 5 in colors that are with us, and I'm really liking this color. And it's going to be cut at just an 1/8 inch smaller, and so that would make it 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and we're going to attach it to the front of the card simply flat with Stamp and Seal. And this is the way I do mine, and because it's such a narrow, I'm going to set it like this. I set it so I can get just one corner where it needs to be, set the other corner, lay it down slowly like that, and there we have our white 1/8 inch, 1/16 inch border all the way around. Then the next layer is just basic white regular, and it would be cut at 4 by 5 1/4. So now it will be just a 1/16 of an inch border of the Orchid Oasis showing when it goes on. Just like that. And I'll turn it like this again and get that 1/16 of an inch all the way around. So there's my basic card base. Then what I used is the Beautiful Shapes dies. It's the same dies that Rachel used, and I used the smallest of these 6-sided hexagons. Yeah, I knew I'd think of the word eventually. I used the smallest one, and I used it to cut out 3 different designs from the DSP, like that. And then I took, get it over here, this particular paper that's in the package, And I cut it so it would fit in my Stampin' Cut emboss machine. And I put this over the flowers, and I cut out the flowers with my die. Now that's basically one of the main things I did different from Rachel's. And so then I ended up with all of these lovely flower pieces that I punched out. There we go, getting them right side up. There we go. And I have lots to choose from. I'm only going to use 6 of them. Looks like I have 7 that are punched out, so we'll use most of them. And as you can see, I just built, it's hard to see the edges of them. Try and bring it up where you can see it. And you can, I didn't try to center from top to bottom. I was more focused on making it fit. There we go. Making it fit this way. But you can be a little more particular about that if you choose to. And I always try to dry fit before I start. So here we go. We can put this in here like this. And this stripe, if you want it to go this way, you can, it just depends on how you place it. You can have your stripes going straight across, straight up and down, or at an angle, depending on which side you end up putting up. So I'm just showing you that. And then this one. And I'm just going to get them basically where I need them to be. And then put in the pieces that I want to have go with it. So let's put this one. And this one. I've already got one of those, so I think I'll probably not use that one again. And this one, now this card, now you can see how close I am to the top, and I really don't want to be that close. So now I'm going to bring them down just a little bit. And I'm not going to get real freaked out about it being perfectly centered top to bottom. I just want to make sure that I leave enough room for this phrase, the just a note, that I put at the bottom. So I just want to be sure I leave enough of that. And other than that, it's not critical to me. It's still going to be a beautiful card. And so then, let's see, let's do this one. And this one. And this one. So you got them all right here like this, and then all you have to do is attach them with the adhesive. So let me just build that for you. I've basically got this one figured out, so let's go ahead and just get some Stampin' Seal on it, and I will place that one, trying to get it square with the world. And then I can just keep building from that. I can just then match up the edges and everything will come together. And I'm leaving a slight gap, probably about 1/8 of an inch gap between the edges. So that kind of gives you an idea of how I'm placing them. They're not tight up against one another. They've got a little bit of a gap between each of the pieces. Let me just get these finished. That's gonna be, this is actually, I mean, I pre-punched the pieces, and so you didn't have to sit and watch me run them through over and over again through the Stampin' Cut emboss machine. But you get the basic idea, and you can switch this out and put more DSP pieces in and fewer flowers, or more flowers, or all flowers, or, you know, there's just so many different ways you can do it, also with different paper. It's just that I just fell in love with this paper so much I can't quit using it. It's just absolutely beautiful. And the only thing I wish was different was I wish I could get more of the paper without having to get more stamp sets. But that's the way the package is put together. Okay, now I used, for the sentiment, I used Go To Greetings. I love this stamp set. It's got some very timeless phrases in all different sizes, and the fonts are absolutely gorgeous. And this Just a Note from that set fits perfect. And I used the Orchid Oasis ink pad, and we will put that right there. Except I gotta watch for my edges because sometimes I just tap too hard. Let me clean that off. There we go. And I'm going to put that down here at the bottom, just like that. And then I couldn't resist using my favorite go-to Bling Without Bulk brushed brass butterflies. And I dare you to say that 3 times fast. Bling Without Bulk brushed brass butterflies. Okay, I have to think about it. I can't do it quickly. And I used the smaller of them, and I just put 3 of them on here in different places. I put one here and up there, and they don't have to all be in the same place. One could be just right out here in the middle of one of those things. And you could put on as many or as few of those as that you would like. And isn't that just a beautiful card? Very simple, just using designer series paper. Isn't that gorgeous? So I thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed today's card, and I hope you'll leave a comment in my blog. I love to hear comments in my comment section. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I invite you to do that. And we'll see you again soon.